Hello, in this video we're going to cover snap settings, edge and line commonality, and how to set that up and make that work. So I just loaded my geo. I've got kind of an example set up here, but you'll notice straight off the bat that the snap settings don't have any layers listed. So to get that working, you have to first edit a feature. As soon as you edit a feature, it'll populate that list, and it will only populate this list with features or layers that are in the extent of the mapping window. So first, let's just quickly go over the common. Common is going to basically be the biggest and most important part of snap settings, where it controls if a vertex is added to a line or edge, and if two layers or even a single layer that shares vertices is kept in common after making a feature edit. Snap vertices just gives you the option to grab a vertex, and then snap lines gives you an option to grab the edge of a feature or a line, which are both technically edges. So let's just use the stream layer as an example, and you'll notice that with the regen units here, I have all of the checkboxes checked, so we're going to keep things in common, snap to the verts and snap to the lines. So for this example, I'm just going to edit geographic add. So now we're in edit mode. I'm ready to add a feature, and I'm just going to start out here. But you can see that with snap vertices on, we can see the vertices on this layer, and you can see the little red crosshair right there on the edge, giving me the option to grab that edge using G. So just to show how this works, I'm going to grab that edge just using G. I'm going to just kind of put this stream right in there, and I'm going to turn this off really quick, and we'll just look at the regen unit. So that's where I just came across, and because I have common on regen, when I grab that edge, it will add a vertex to the regen feature itself. And this is really nice just to keep things in common over time. In the past, you would have potentially grabbed close to that edge, and then you would have gone back and edited regen and then grabbed that vert because you wanted it to be close and you wanted it to be tight. So now let's look at what happens on a feature where I have common off. So parcel is this purple border here. I'm going to just add another feature to stream, and you can still see I have the option to grab the edge, and I can grab the vert. But this time, if I grab the edge, turn these back off, if I edit parcel, you'll see no vert was added to that parcel because I have common off. I can still snap to the verts and I can still snap to the lines, but it's not going to add a vertex there. Turn the streams back on. Now for the extreme example here, this feature, all snap off, has everything turned off. So let's add another stream, edit geographic add. So you can see I'm in edit mode, and straight off the bat, we don't even have an option for vertices on this. It's not showing the vertices. It's not giving me the crosshair to grab the edge, and it's not, there's really no way to get in common with this at that point. So I'll just leave this guy over here for now. Let's turn, well, let's just go back to parcel, and I'll show you what it looks like with just common off. So in this case, I'm going to actually grab the vert there at the corner, and with common off, it's kind of like holding shift. So if I were to come in here on the stream layer, this is in common. If I grab this, you can see straight away, because common is off, it's not going to move that shared vertex along with it. And I think that's the quick overview. It shows that you can customize layers using the common checkbox is kind of a way to lock a layer, potentially a layer that you want to make sure that you don't touch or affect or break. And it's really nice because you can turn off just the fact that you're commenting it and leave on these vertices, so you can still interact with it and get it nice and tight. Let me see if I can find an example real quick. In Atlas SE, we weren't able to grab edges, and with that, that meant that we basically had to drop vertices quite close, but we never were able to really grab them, and it's pretty common. I haven't really scouted this one out, but it's pretty common, yeah, just like this. Actually, here's a little dirty feature, that trying to get as close as possible, granted we are zoomed in pretty far here, but because we weren't able to grab that parcel edge in the past and we would just get really close, you end up with all these little slivers. Now, it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, at a normal zoom level, it's not going to affect a whole lot, but you can't imagine that over 1.5 million acres, these small discrepancies will add up over time. And so grabbing these edges is actually really nice, and even if it's only a 1 foot gap there or even a few inches, it's nice to keep everything quite tight. So, you know, you could have built this regen unit and then grabbed that edge, and then everything would have been beautifully tight. So I'll just do that right now. Zoom in and see I've got that crosshair. Just grab that, hit enter to save, and now we're right there perfectly in common. Thank you.